We are beginning part 5 of the Berliner Mauerweg. We are at Lichtenrade Station on the S-Bahn, and this section of the Weg is 12 kilometers and it ends at Lichtenfelde Süd. This is the first Berliner Mauerweg sign of this section of the wall.
Nicole's already having some technical issues with her bike or her bag. We've got picnic supplies. We need to make sure we keep those. All right?
Yeah, all good.
Keeping to the signs.
Keeping to the signs.
My bike is a bit noisy as well. I'm worried that something's going to fall off. Ooh! So my reflector just fell off. Getting to collect it. Thought I could hear something. Good quality bicycles. In this moment we're happy we're not walking. The path goes on and on and on.
This sign means bicycle route through the regional parks. We are right here. Here we are. This orange dot. This section here is what we did last time. Got lost around here. And then today, we're going to keep going. Here's Lichtenfelde, where walk 5 ends, but we think, if we're feeling up to it, we're going to continue going to, geez, I have no idea where. Off the map. Here.
This is where we are right now. We're actually following the trail. This is where the wall was. So we just need to keep following it up and around. It's pretty straightforward this time. So we're at an information post for Christoph Brambock. He was 14 when the wall fell. Whilst him and a friend were trying to get some souvenirs, which is called wall pecking, out just further beyond where this post is. He had an accident and the wall actually fell on top of him as he was leaning through to try and chip away at a bit, and so he was actually killed. Go!
What's that?
I'm enjoying this one a lot today. We're just here on the map. We've not got too much further to go, just need to follow the path down to the very bottom and then up, and we'll get to the end of part 5, up to Lichtenrade S-Bahn.
So here we are at the end of part 5.
Yep, we're just about to go through the underpass which goes underneath where the train passes through, and then we'll start part 6. We'll start part 6, which is Lichtenfelde Süd to Griebnitz. That one will be 15 kilometers. So we've started part 6 and we've decided to take a lunch break. We have our picnic area, lovely cherry blossoms, so it's the perfect time to have some lunch.
We just finished lunch and now we're going to continue on part 6. The trees are beautiful. It is a wonderful day.
Life's good. There's a lake, a canal over there, in amongst the greenery. Lots of people use this path to go walking, riding. So we can't get through this section, it's flooded. It's so strange.
What happened here? So here we are. And then we just came down all of this. And then we're going to cross over this road and then continue down the other side of the canal.
So this is where we've just come from. And I love bridges, so cycling over one is not probably my favourite thing to do. We're about to play chicken with a tractor. Which way to go? Which way to go? Who knows? Who knows? Oh, he's reversing. We're back in the suburbs. We found more horses.
I love the white one. Oh, look at this one too with the white on his nose. He's coming this way.
What's with the constant bridges?
Beautiful. So here we are at a memorial for Karl-Heinz Kuba. He was 17 years old when he tried to escape over the wall, and the guard saw him and shot him in the head. We just had an amazing conversation with an elderly gentleman here who was, he is 80 years old, and he just talked to us about how he was born right before World War II, and then he was taken away to somewhere else, I forget where, during the war because there were so many bombings, and then he was brought back here. And when he was a young man, I think he said he was 9, he was conflicted about why they were being taught English in school when people who spoke English were throwing bombs from the sky all the time. He also saw the rise of the wall and the fall of the wall, which is pretty amazing.
So this is a memorial stone for the victims of the division of Germany. We've got Karl-Heinz Kuba, who we just spoke about, and a few other people that were killed trying to cross the wall in this area of Berlin. So this is where we've gotten to. We've just passed through a residential area and we're back into the forest. And we're about to approach to Checkpoint Bravo, which is the building's still standing. I think we'll be going over a bridge so we can look down on that area. We're about to cross the Königsweg Brücke. This bridge ran parallel to the former border between West and East Germany. You have the Dreilinden checkpoint, which was West Berlin, and the Druitz border crossing, which was in East Berlin. Druitz was the biggest autobahn crossing into West Berlin. People would have to wait for hours to be able to get through, and they'd be subject to all kinds of screening to check that they could actually go through, including x-rays, which obviously is not very good for their health, but at the time they didn't realise this, they didn't really care, they just wanted to make sure that nothing was being taken over the border. Once again, we're at a map, slightly confused because this is where we are and there's 4 points that we can go. So we've made the executive decision to follow this one away from where we believe we've come. But there is a Mauerweg sign that's telling us to go both ways. So,
well, if we came from this way, when we were in the forest, there was a path that went off, and that would have come to this place. This is where it meets back up. We have officially left the B zone of Berlin. We are in the C zone in Potsdam.
So we finished part 6. We're at the S-Bahn station, and we've just filled ourselves up with some food and beer. That ride was 15 kilometers. A little bit confusing at times, but it was a beautiful ride. The weather's been perfect for us, so we're pretty happy with how it's gone. So here we are, starting part 7. We're going from Griebnitz to Wannsee. This ride's 12 kilometers. It should be pretty scenic because we're right along next to a lake at the moment.
Griebnitz Lake.
We're in the area of that's called Potsdam.
We have the cobblestones again on the street that show where the wall was. Here's the Berliner Mauer sign telling us which way to go.
We're in the rich part of town now. Beautiful houses on the lakes. Here you see Sakrauer Heilandskirche. This church was actually in the middle of the wall. The nave of the church helped form the actual wall, and then the rest of the church was in no man's land. It was used for until December in 1961. Then the insides were destroyed, which gave the East Germans reason to close it until the wall came down. So this lake behind us had the border running straight through it. We obviously can't follow that path, so they've set up the Berlin Mauerweg to just run along the coast of this lake. So we've just been following that, and it's spectacular, and we're going to keep following it after we take a break for some cheese.
I really like cheese.
You do really like cheese.
It's good with the grapes.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of gross.
Who are these people? Who did they let
Tourists.
off? No one even got off.
They picked up. We had a duck friend before. We fed him grapes. He was terrified of them, so he left us.
And there's grape carnage on the ground.
We're on the road again. Still got the signs. It's starting to get a little bit cool, but
yeah,
we've got 4.6 kilometers to get to Wannsee. So someone's moved this pole around a little bit, making it a little bit confusing which way you're supposed to go. So we're going to see if we can... No. Nicole doesn't have the muscles to fix it, so...
I don't know. Here we are. Oh. Here is a forest in Zeelandorf. We're going to keep going, and then we're going to take a left, and then I believe we're pretty much at the end.
We're wild. Now this is how you do the Berliner Mauerweg. So we're back in civilization. Just seen a sign there. 1.9 kilometers from the station.
Here we are at Wannsee S-Bahn station. We just completed the 7th part of the Berliner Mauerweg. This one was
12 kilometers again.
Yep.
It's 6:30. We could probably keep going, except the next one's 21 kilometers, so it's time to call it a day after about 6 hours of cycling.
Yeah, today we did 3 different routes with a total of 39 kilometers.
So feeling pretty good, and we will start part 8 later this week. Okay? Until then,
Cheers!
Cheers.